TTT THROWDOWN!
Welcome to our European Throwdown edition.
On this week's episode, we're going across the pond, over the sea, through the icebergs, to the UK. Joey Harrison, Alex Day, demo the workout.
We've got a 10-minute AMRAP of 2 rounds, double dumbbell hang squat clean, and 8 ring muscle ups.
Hang squat clean thruster. You messed your lineup.
One job.
One job. All you had to do was read the workout that we just watched, Mia.
Just keep going? Sure. All right. We've got a 10-minute AMRAP, 2 rounds of 8 double dumbbell hang squat clean thrusters.
It's a meltdown, dude.
8 ring muscle ups into 2 rounds, 8 devil's press, 16 pistols. And then do it all over again if you have time.
Have you ever seen somebody in the end of a workout just like totally implode? That's what you guys just watched us do. So let's see it.
It's like the red line, bobblehead.
2 Europeans, right?
Hey!
Yeah.
Going
Alex,
across the pond.
Do you remember the first number?
Alex and Joey, 357 and 702.
What do those numbers mean?
Joey-
Provide the context, Mia.
Joey was 702 in Europe this past year in quarterfinals, and then Alex was...
357.
Which one's
No,
Alex?
that's not the right number.
It's not the right number.
547.
Oh,
You had one
547.
job.
Which one's Alex?
Alex
is on the left,
gonna
Joey's
be
on the right.
left, Joey's
Alex
on the
is
right.
this guy.
Alex
Yep.
has the
Joey
shirt on.
has no shirt. All right, here we go. And we got a camera guy, and Brandon just told me just now before we started that there's actually another folder I could have found that had that video. So when you're watching at home, you might see some extra footage.
Some interesting. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say 2 different styles. I
Yeah.
guess that's what you're going to say.
It was.
So one's inside the leg, one's outside. You go inside the leg, it's a little bit more glute and hamstring. Outside's going to be a little bit more bicep. So it just kind of depends on what you like.
Yeah, I like the hands to the outside personally with a little step or the same way that Joey's doing it. But in this format, when you're going from that to the muscle ups back and forth, I think it's a little bit more just stress on your arms. So be mindful of that if you're using that technique.
And I got to critique this man right here. I mean, not critique. It's impressive. He's not even in sport mode in these puppies. And look at him work.
No, those aren't Crocs. Those are just
Yeah, but there's no...
Still
there's
impressive.
Yeah.
Sport mode.
He should have sent us that video also, and you should have like spliced
I just
it in
talked
like
about
Michael
it. Yeah,
Bay.
you missed it.
You weren't.
So it looks like they're going 2 sets on this first set.
I think it's a really wise decision. I think they assume they're going to get back to the next 2 rounds of this. So you're going to have 16 muscle ups in these first 2 rounds, and then if they go through the 10-minute AMRAP and get back, they could total up to 24, 32 plus muscle ups. Breaking these up early so you can go faster later on is always a good decision.
Kip swing there looked really tight from Joey. Shoulders looked a little bit tight in the dip and looked like he got almost close to failure in the lockout. Not like failure, but they had to like slow down and double kip. So maybe something to work on priority-wise, that the swing side of the muscle up is really, really, really nice and refined, and just working a little bit on the transition and shoulder extension and getting a little bit more smooth at the top might help extend that skill even farther in the field.
So Alex does a good job of kind of like sneaking under those dumbbells. There's not too much like raising of the dumbbells, but I wonder if that takes too much out of the arms. I'm not sure. Just a thought.
You just wanted to pose a question?
Oh, no. Now he took his shirt off. We're going to get confused.
We're not going to know who's who.
We had hang squat cleans probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then we decided, hey, let's up this a little bit. Let's do hang squat clean thrusters mixed with muscle up. So this combo with
A
muscle
little
up,
bit.
it's a lot of it, right? Not only are your shoulders getting fatigued by the hang squat clean, but now you're going overhead. So it just breaking those up for a lot of people is probably going to be a good decision so that you can do fast muscle ups as opposed to keeping those unbroken and having to take a long break before you start on the rings.
Yeah. A 10-second break on the dumbbell thrusters versus taking an extra set on ring muscle ups. Usually, most people need more than a 10-second break in between ring muscle up sets. So it'll net positive. Is that right?
Yeah,
Is that how you say those
It'll net
things?
better time,
Okay.
yeah.
And you can already see the dip fatigue. Max, you talked about that in the first set, but going from thrusters where it's essentially a press into another dip, which is a press, there's a lot of pressing fatigue in these first 2 rounds. And I think that it's really easy to blow up and then have to take a 20 or 30-second break like Mia was talking about and then slow down your overall time.
Yeah. I think we're just over the 3-minute mark. I'm having trouble kind of seeing the clock,
3:010.
right?
3:010.
3:010. All right. Yeah. And just while they're both doing muscle ups, you can see the dip position that Alex is able to get into when he turns over, that his arm angle is more compressed, his shoulders deeper through the transition. He has more like range of motion to allow him to be in a better position to kip at the top, which I think if Alex or Joey can cultivate will really help him there. He's got the turnover really good, but he's just high on a lot of his reps, which makes it a lot more stress on the arms to support.
And right now, actually, every Tuesday in our online program, Compete, we have strict ring dips.
It's ladies' night.
Ladies' night, too, yeah. We have strict ring dips and then muscle-up support work in our gymnastics option. So that's something that's worthwhile, I think, for anybody that needs to get better at their muscle-ups.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but I would say for Alex, maybe be a little careful with the fall away. That one wasn't.
Yeah, that one was good.
As the dip slows down, usually the fall away goes away, but just making sure that you're locking out with the shoulders.
Y'all know
over
what
the
this
hands.
is, right?
That's a PR bell, I
No,
think.
they're in Europe, so it's a PB bell. And I swear, if I'm there, you better bring me some peanut butter. 'Cause it drives me crazy that they say PB.
A personal best.
Yeah. So Joey was done around, I think it was like the 330 to 345 mark for the first 2-round workout. And then you come into this 2-round workout, which means that most likely he's going to circle back to ending somewhere in that second 2 rounds. And I think that's probably true for most competitors, that the dumbbell squat clean thrusters and muscle ups are probably going to be where a lot of people bottleneck on the leaderboard.
Yep.
So for the pistols, you have to do half of the reps on one leg and then the other half on the other, but you can pause at the top and put your other foot down.
That is correct.
These are pretty solid, like good positions. I think the only thing you'd work on here is just the speed between reps. Like if you're, comparing that to somebody like Noah or Travis, who's a little bit more competent at the skill, they can kind of go up, get to the top, and like right back down. So something to think about, because his positions are already pretty strong here and refined. It'd just be trying to speed the cycle rate up in between them a little bit.
And, we don't talk about pistols much because they're not tested as commonly as maybe some of these other movements, but there is such a separator. You talked about Noah. He's doing it like a second or less than a second per rep, whereas most people are
doing
3.
air squats.
Yeah.
It really does look
He
like air
can
squats
do
when he's
them
doing
faster, I think, than I can do air squats.
Right. And that is such an advantage in a workout like this where you're only doing 16, but if he gets them done in 16 seconds and someone else takes 45 and there's 2 rounds of it, he's giving himself a minute or a minute and a half gap.
Yeah. Joey here, Alex is on the left, sorry. Alex's pistol cycle rate between, or at least before I said that, was a little bit faster. You could see like the foot was touching and then he was going right back down. He had to take a break in between now, but if you can keep the cycle rate up of that movement, it's just there can be so much separation if people are starting to get kind of like failure or wobbly on their pistols.
I like Joey's dip under on the devil's press, saving the shoulders for all the other shoulder things that you're doing. I think that's just smart.
Yeah, I really like it too. I was going to say that before you mentioned it. When you're going right back into the thrusters and the muscle ups, try to save your arms as best you can. If you're doing like a true muscle snatch out of that, it's a lot of shoulder fatigue.
One thing that I see with devil press sometimes is that people that are really fast at it can go straight from overhead down to the ground, kind of like what Joey's doing right there. It does like slam the ground a little bit, whereas Alex over there does kind of what I do, where I go down and almost like kettlebell swing them back to the ground. If you can get that timing right, it's another just weird place you can separate a pretty good amount of time. I mean, you can save like 1.5 to 2 seconds a rep over the course of 16 total devil's presses. You can almost save 30 seconds in a simple workout like this, just having that thing a little bit more refined on the way down.
The grip fatigue and lower back fatigue, if you can just... It's kind of weird when you first start doing it because you feel like you're almost throwing the dumbbells at the ground, but you're just like following them down, and you have to be okay with them not landing in the perfect position every time. Just make sure they're far enough away from each other that you can get your chest down.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm done.
Ask the question, Chris.
Sorry, Mia. Do you think we could create more devil movements, like a devil push and a devil squat?
I think the Airdyne bike or
Monster Games just
Echo
released
is
a devil's clean, which I guess is
What is it?
It's
burpee
just
into a
same
clean.
thing,
into
but you
a
just clean it?
double
Oh,
dumbbell
yeah.
clean instead of overhead.
It's interesting. I wonder who named it.
I don't
It's
know.
a great question.
I'd like to find
Let's
out.
Google that. Ask
Should they
ChatGPT.
make the Angels version? What's the Angels version?
Something
Go
else.
home and eat
resting.
popcorn.
Not doing it.
Yeah, watch people do devil's press. Yeah. Technically, that was a big swing there with his arms.
Big ol' swing.
Big old swing. I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry.
I think you're talking about the pistols.
Are we at 8 minutes?
Yeah, so
we're
8
at
minutes. Joey's
8:17
back
right now.
Joey's back to the top of the workout. This is where you want to start looking at the clock. I think he took a peek at it, but just be aware of where you're at and then kind of get a feel for, okay, how fast do I need to go on these hang squat clean thrusters and obviously calculating how much time I'm going to have left on the ring muscle ups. If you know you're finishing on the ring muscle ups, you want to give yourself as much time to finish those as possible.
So if you have a really good muscle up capacity, especially while you're tired, where we are right now in the workout, you're coming down the home stretch. There's 8 here, and then if you can get through this 8 and the next movements, this
drama.
This is really where I think elites separate.
Yeah.
Right? Like you see, if you had somebody like Noah or Trav demoing the workout, Trav's skill in muscle ups is not his highest skill, but if you get here and you can do them unbroken, and get through both sets, that is so many places on the leaderboard. There's going to be a lot of people bottlenecked in this, either this set of muscle ups or the next one.
He's doing a good job hanging on.
Yeah,
doing a really good
Solid.
job. And we see that on muscle ups every single year in the open or in quarterfinals where 1 rep is the difference in 1,000 spots. And if you can finish that set, then it may be the difference in 5,000 spots. It's just a huge move up the leaderboard.
All right, so this is, did he do 5 there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
so
he
he
did
5 of his 8. He's got 3 here, 30 seconds left. Means basically he's going to have to try to sprint finish on the hang squat clean thrusters.
Fun.
How nasty.
So much fun.
Yeah. And then Alex is over there. I think he
great
just
job.
got to his muscle up
Right.
set.
So if he can get a rep in,
Yeah.
that would be big on a leaderboard.
And he was looking at the clock. He knew
Right.
exactly
Come
when he
on,
had to get
come
up.
Get it.
Yeah.
Turn over.
Yeah.
Solid.
Great
Another
job by
one.
both
Yeah.
of them.
I'd probably give the same feedback that Mia gave too. Just be careful that push away. Sometimes you can get away with it in comp, but sometimes people are sticklers about you being right on top of the rings. And if you haven't done
That
that,
is not a no rep you want.
yeah, it's not a no rep you want, and it's a hard thing to change that technique in the fly because it adds an extra like half second of tension every time to your lockout. So that might be the only criticism technically of the whole workout that I saw is just pay attention to that little thing for yourself.
With the exception of Linda Casemon, this is our first European demo, right?
Did we ever have Sam do one?
Sam
Or
may have done
Sam may have
when he
done
was
one.
here?
All right, sorry, guys. Never mind. You don't.
Yeah. We still love you from Europe, but you might not have been our first.
Hey, you're going to have to splice this in. They're doing some feedback
So
here.
yeah, y'all won't see it, but I'll cut in whatever this interview is here. So
Should I pretend what they're
yeah,
saying?
Let's.
in-
I'm going to
in
play the
German?
interview now.
They're in the UK.
I'm going to play the interview now. Y'all go ahead and respond to whatever it is you think they said. 3, 2, 1, go.
It was good feedback, guys.
Yes, the hang squat cleans did impact the muscle up.
Yeah, they probably said like training think tank sucks. We just wanted to get on this video.
Great job, guys. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah,
Yep.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
That was good. So it's going to be great for you on too bad. Leggy, the pistols and the thrusters. But if you broke up early, it was alright. Not too bad. On here, I was going outside, but I didn't hinge as much. Save my back. Keep going inside. Your back okay? Yeah. Just very heart racing. Even on the pistols, my position isn't the best, so it just cramped my lungs up a little bit. It was a bit harder to breathe, so I had to take a bit more rest there than I wanted, but happy with how I executed it. So, thank you. Till next week.
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Pata in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Let it be known, what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Pata.